Who am I? No, seriously, who am I? What do any of you know about me? And what do I know about myself? You might think that I'm the best person to answer this question, but you couldn't be more wrong. Let me tell you something. We are not always the people we think ourselves to be. We look at ourselves through rose-tinted glasses. We cut ourselves too much slack, and we are extremely good at lying to ourselves about ourselves. So we don't always have the best impression about ourselves. So I decided to go on this quest to find out who I really am. And just like any normal person would, any reasonable person would, I decided to ask ChatGPT. And this is what it told me. As a large language model trained by OpenAI, I don't have the ability to tell you who you are. That's not much of a help, is it? What if I could ask it in a different way? And because I'm a movie buff, what if it could tell me about myself based on my favorite movies? In fact, a lot can be told about a person based on their favorite movies. Here's the example. If your favorite movie is The Notebook, everybody understands that you're a hopeless romantic. If your favorite movie is The Matrix, you're probably still wondering whether we are living in a simulation. If your favorite movie is Avatar, you're likely an environmentalist. If your favorite movie is The Tenet, well, you're just confused. And if your favorite movie is The Twilight, I have nothing to tell you because you're completely hopeless. So, this is the idea, so on and so forth. And I gave ChatGPT my favorite ones. Barry Lyndon, There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men, Boyhood, and Forrest Gump. And this is what it told me. You're an old soul, ruthlessly ambitious, nostalgic, with a dark sense of humor, and you believe that life is like a box of chocolates. That's a good start, I would say. I always had things I love to do. I like photography, movies, philosophy, writing, and it was always my dream to turn at least one of these into something more than just a hobby. In that sense, I'm happy because I'm living my dream. But the real story of my life began on a fateful day, my wedding day, the day I got married to my wife. It was like finally having somebody after all those years. But that was just the beginning, because before I knew it, I had a house full of running, screaming, curious creatures. And I learned patience. Before kids, patience to me was about waiting for a YouTube video to load. Now, patience is about trying to explain to my 3-year-old why he cannot catch the moon for the 100th time. Outside my family and besides my hobbies, I really don't have a lot of things I look forward to every day. I used to play a lot until I started having knee issues. These days, I mostly just enjoy pretending to be smarter than I really am. Now, let's go back to where we started. Who am I? Honestly, I don't know yet. I'm still figuring that out. But I'm also figuring out who I am not. I am not my job. I'm not the car I drive. I'm not how much money I make. I'm also figuring out who I am. I'm a work in progress. A husband, a father, a son, a lover of stories, somebody who finds happiness in the little things, like a good cup of coffee or the sound of my children laughing. And maybe, just maybe that's enough. Because life is not about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions and learning to enjoy the story as it unfolds. Thank you.